Good afternoon, Lunica.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rahul.
Good afternoon.
So happy to see you after a while. I think we met in August. So, and since you are in Singapore and you come on a short trip, but you accepted our invitation, that too on a Sunday afternoon. So really glad to have you, both of you here.
Delighted to be here.
So the idea was, see what he has done. Malhar the Sea is a movement, and I'm talking on his behalf. We want to build it as a movement, and movement should have the people who have similar taste in life, finer taste in music, finer taste in dance style. At the same time, they are not very pompous. So with these words, I would ask Umar. I would request him to share his brief on this year's edition of Malhar the Sea.
Thank you, Lunica, for coming last year. It was great fun, so it was great fun. I think we all had a great time last time. Yeah. So again, it's happening this year. It'll be an annual feature henceforth. So this year is again in August, but on 22nd, 23rd, 24th, similar weeks as last year. And we have to revive and improvise on the content of the show every year. That we can't be repeating what we did last time, but it should be interesting enough again this year. So I hope you guys are coming.
Yeah.
Consider us bit.
Yeah, so please do come.
Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you for your support. I mean, but we have known each other for many years, so it was always lovely to have you. A lot of my friends this time are coming for the first time, so it's going to be really fun, really fun. A lot of people. So the people are quite well known in the social circuit. So वो लोग इस बार मैं आऊँगा, इसमें मैं आऊँगा, तो कहते let's see what happens.
So to take our conversation forward, we would like to invite your views on what made you attend the first edition. Of course, I invited you. So what, and I thank you because you accepted the invitation and you were quite happy about it. So thank you so much. But when I invited you, I just shared what is on the plate.
Right.
So you accepted. So what was the main thing that appealed to you? That is one part. And the second aspect is what stayed with you after those 3 days. So please begin, both of you.
So, I mean, when at least I saw the list of artists who were performing, that was really top class. It was also, I thought, and it turned out that way as well, a very intimate setting. So it wasn't like a typical large event in which there are hundreds of people, and then that intimacy is lost. And really that's what stayed with me as well. And particularly, I recall one incident after, I think, the performance. There were a group of artists who gathered together and they just started performing and jamming impromptu. Yeah. And they didn't really care that there were other people there as well. And it was, I think, a setting of maybe 30 or 40 people.
Yeah.
Out of which there were about 10 or 12 of the artists who had already performed.
Satyajit and his wife.
Yes, all of them were there. There was Ayan and his brother, and everybody was there. Even the Sufi singers.
Yes.
कैसे
Yes, that's true. Even they
And to really see that human side of the artist. You always see them on stage, they're glamorous, they're performing, and obviously that is appreciated. See that human side was illuminating, at least for me, and that really is the kind of intimacy which makes this event, I think, different. If it becomes very large, then I think it will lose that touch. But this is exactly, I think, the right setting. And I mean, obviously, the hospitality and the location, the duration of the event, all that was great. But it's really ultimately getting to know these people as human beings, which was different.
yeah.
In my mind, that stayed with me the most.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your feedback.
Yes, and
Lunica?
so I'm going to start from right when you invited me and I sent it to Rahul, and I'm an avid music lover. I've always been interested in music and classical music and dance and everything. So
Performing arts.
Performing arts, yeah. But mainly Hindustani classical. So Rahul and me, we also kind of connected on that, and then we were like, okay, this event we have to go. And who wants to not go to Goa for that, right? Goa is like the ultimate destination for art lovers and creative people. And but throughout the event, as both of us experienced, more and more, I think every detail was taken care of, right from the curation of the food to the artists to the rooms. The rooms were absolutely amazing. I think it was luxury to another level. We had our private pool and we had all sorts of things taken care of. So the artists and the curation of the events was amazing. But
That's why you had high spirits.
It's absolutely. Madoshi is like the absolute word that could go with it, because every day and every time we were just high, and and not just on alcohol but also on life, because on those 3 days that we got together as a couple and got to experience that whole thing, we were really, really happy. And as we rightly said, that to meet the artists and after the event having conversations with them, some of them have even stayed in touch. And
Urban, for example.
yeah, absolutely. And I started learning sitar after that.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had an academy here in which I went to, and spontaneously I thought, okay, there's something I want to do, and I started learning. My daughter started learning as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it was great to just meet them, know them as human beings, and know their funnier side and their flawed side as well. It was
So this year, see what was primarily in my mind was to make the second year and the third. Every year has to be different for our repeat audience. See, for a new audience, everything is fine because the experience that we'll give them again this year will be probably one notch higher, because there are a lot of learnings in every field from your past experiences. So we are going to do that. But for a repeat audience, because everybody who came, most of them, 90% of them, they want to come back again. So it's a vacation, but heavily loaded with excellent music. So let's call it musication.
One thing perhaps I can add to that is, for somebody like me, I'm not as well versed as her in Hindustani classical music or classical music in general.
Right.
So there is an education element to this also. So the music with the vacation plus the education perhaps is the musication that gives me.
Oh wow, that's the music.
absolutely.
A very interesting observation. It will not be difficult for you because you share the name with my favorite singer.
Yes.
Rahul Deshpande. So in terms of performances, if you are talking about specifically, like she said, she liked Purdai's, Siddharthi.
Yes.
So is there any particular performance which you
I think the sitar performances were really outstanding.
Even Kaushik
Siddharth was there.
Yes.
Siddharth Bhai was very
Yeah,
good.
absolutely. And he is a full entertainer, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
absolutely. I think he's a dance having
Wonderful in the sense of humor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Also, I think so these guys were all there, for your classical experience. I think the whole Gary Moore thing in the end was so fun because he played the absolute kind of music that we enjoy for our age group. especially because there are not too many young kids there.
Yeah.
Everybody was above a certain age too. And for us, it was total nostalgia. We enjoyed that music and danced so much because we knew every song. We knew everything that he was playing, and combined with that whole mixology class, it was great.
I think the format that you've developed is very unique,
Yeah.
and that appeals as well. Which is you get the whole day practically to yourself
Right.
with some sessions in between.
Mm.
Then the music starts at 5 o'clock in the evening, 5 or 6, right?
Yeah.
And then it carries on till about 10:30, and then there is this free time where the artists are also around there, and then you meet them perhaps for breakfast the next morning. So that entire thing, and culminating in that final party almost,
After
right?
party.
After party.
Yeah.
That was very nice. So I hope that continues. as well.
Yeah.
So I will share my bit here. See, all of us are audio-visual persons, but sometimes your visual personality takes a precedence. I consider myself as oral because most of my pleasant memories are associated with music. And what I have always believed that you gift somebody a product. Of course, it matters, and the feelings and the experience around it stays in your mind, stays with you. The product may lie in a shelf or on a hanger, but an experience that creates a wonderful memory stays with you forever. I'll give you an example. I had been to US for the first time several years ago, and I had read so much about Phantom of Opera in the Central Square and the theaters which are there. So when I was staying with my cousin, and my cousin's sister said, yeah, you must go. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it. So I was browsing the net, and the persons who visit US for the first time always convert dollars into rupees.
Mhm.
So I selected a particular seat because you are going there for the first time, and probably it's going to be a lifelong experience that you cherish. So I selected a particular seat. I calculated in rupee terms, it was something like 35,000. So my sister was watching me, and he said, "Chalo khana kha lete, let's eat." And I ate, and then by the time we finished our dinner, she had already booked. It's not that I couldn't afford, but she recognized what I like, and she gifted it to me. That gift is like a lifetime. I will always. So my appeal to all of you, those who are watching and video also, gift an experience that will always stay with the person. Product may stop working, they may have so many watching, it will lie in a drawer, it will physically be there, it has to occupy you. I think,
Absolutely.
and
That's a good idea.
I'm not just preaching, I'm gifting. 2 couples I've already invited,
Yeah.
and maybe he will give me some more discount. That's besides the point, but I think it's a great idea.
No, I also not just couples. I had generally posted it in my society group when Anil said.
Somebody is buying it and sending it to somebody.
Yeah, and she.
Gifting it.
I have this friend who I met her. I didn't know she was coming, and I met her at the event. And she lives in my building. I didn't know that she was going to come.
Okay.
And she came with another woman. Like, then there were 3 of them. And they made like this girl gang. And they said, we have to go for this because I was like, you have to go. It's a great event. And 3 of them came. And now this year also she's been telling me, Kab ho raha hai, I want to go. I'm going. So it's not just, I think, a couple experience. Also with your friends, I think.
Yeah, it's a wholesome experience of so many genres of
Just
music.
disconnecting from everything, your work and your
Yes.
personal life and kids and your job, and to just be there for 3 days to enjoy music. I think that is what just makes
So
it
please spread the good word and let's create a community
for sure.
year after year.
Absolutely.
It should be
See, the
something.
idea of Malhar was also to create a community.
Right.
I mean, some year we'll do it in Goa, some year we'll do it in, for example, Kimsal in Rajasthan or
Right.
Aurangabad or Sri Lanka or Abu Dhabi, whatever. These are the places are there. But yeah, the place also has to attract the crowd, and then the curation, the music, the food. And so this year we have upped the food bit as well. So we're getting a huge chef. called Priyam Chatterjee is going to.
Is a Michelin star?
Yes, and apart from that, we had requested the ITC people. See, 2 or 3 of their iconic restaurants are Bukhara, of course, and Delhi.
Right.
And then they have Dambo,
Dambo.
and then they have Dakshin.
Right.
So because we are getting 2 nights, 2 dinners, one will be all the offerings of Dakshin, the other day all the offerings of Dambo.
Yeah, very nice.
Right.
And then the lunch is also there. So we are really thinking very hard and making it, expanding it to a different level, the food part. And for this we have had meeting with the ITC people in their headquarters, and so everybody is quite gung-ho about it. We'll go for the kill. So they're really going ahead, and so thankful to ITC hotels for doing it. But yeah, they are very excited as much as we are. So let's hope. I'm sure. Let's hope this year should be.
Umar is a good host, and since he has mentioned food, I'm already a little bit hungry. So thank you. Thank you for being here and spread the good word, as I already said. Looking forward to seeing you.
Likewise.
Look
We are looking forward to show us that.
I'm always happy to see you, all of you together. So it's so much fun. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's have
Thank
lunch.
you.
Thank you for my.